All right,
Ryan,
Zach.
should we go through the schedule? Do a way too early, as some people would say. I would say perfectly timed Broncos win-loss.
I love doing these just based on how much the people that hate doing these hate it.
Yeah.
Like, this is a fool's errand. I'm like, yep, I'm a fool. So let's do it.
Especially, what's going to change between that and touching wood? Obviously, injuries can change for any team. We hope that doesn't happen for any team. But that's the only thing that's going to change. We know the free agents. We know the head coach. We know the draft class. So this is actually an apt time to do it.
Yeah, and we know the schedule.
We do, yes. So let's get in our season predictions. Of course, they're going to go 2-0 against the Chiefs, right, Ryan?
Oh, yeah.
As we've got a Chiefs person up here right now. I didn't say who. But let's start off. Week 1, Raiders.
Dub.
They simply have to win this game.
Broncos don't lose early season home games.
And they can't to this one. I think it's the easiest division game they have, so they will get a win, too.
And I know when I said that, some people at home were probably immediately like, well, what about last year? They still didn't lose at home early in last season.
It was not a home game.
Well, they lost to the Hawks, but they beat the 49ers and the Texans at home.
And the Texans they still won the game where it was the countdown the play clock.
Yes.
They still won that.
Yes. And the Broncos don't lose early season home games.
And also, we just talked about how important coaching is. This is Sean Payton against Josh McDaniels. Come on.
Yeah.
The streak, the 6-game losing streak ends this
now.
week.
It ends now.
It ends now. Okay, so we both got them 1-0. Week 2, Commanders at home.
Dub.
Ryan, Commanders were a 500 team last year. Does that scare you at all?
No.
It doesn't scare me either. at home, this isn't a guaranteed win, but it's one that I'm confident saying it's a win. So 2-0 into Miami. Ryan, this is week 3, but this is the Dolphins' home opener.
I have to put an L down here.
Wow, this is your guy, Mike McDaniel.
I know. That's why I'm putting an L down
Do
here.
you see Mike McDaniel? I didn't put the S on there.
Yeah, good
and
job.
We've been saying McDaniels.
And he's probably been studying that Madden footage I sent him ever since we were at
true.
the Combine.
Are you saying it's going to start off with the jet sweep touchdown from like the 35-yard line?
Probably.
Wow. What if it was?
That would be crazy.
Would be.
I would take full credit and blame, I guess.
I would give you all the, I would give you both. I'm going Tua, probably healthy at this point. When Tua was healthy, he was legitimately an MVP candidate for like the first 8 weeks of the season. So yeah, I'm going to go a loss as well.
Okay.
You got to get this next one. Bears on the road. You're shaking your... Henry's going to agree with you with this. You're like, easy one. This is not going to be an easy game.
Not easy. Nothing's easy on the road.
This is the worst team in the NFL last year.
It sure is.
The Broncos squeak out a win. Squeak out a win.
Yeah, I think the Broncos win. It's not going to be easy.
I'm uncomfortable.
But hey, we might have a huge crew of people there.
It's very true. So 3-1. What do we say they need to be, Ryan? 3-1.
3-1.
Coming out of this stretch.
Yep.
Are we going to disagree about this next one? Jets at home. This is the return of Nathaniel Hackett. Speaking of counting down the play clock, the crowd is going to be electric, but I think the Jets are a great team. I think the Broncos lose this one.
Oh, Zach, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do here.
Oh, am I convincing you a little bit?
No, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Don't worry, you'll be able to cool off over these next few games.
I know, but I'm like trying to figure out where I'm going to do certain things. I think I have to go loss here.
Loss. Wow. Okay, so we got him 3-2 going into Arrowhead. Short week, Thursday night game, the toughest game on anyone's schedule. This is a loss for me.
It's a loss.
Yeah, at home against the Packers. This is one where I feel like the Broncos are going to be feeling Sean Payton's going to give them desperation. And I think that's going to be huge. I think they beat the Jordan Love Packers knowing that they're stuck in a sandwich right here in which they have to win this game.
They definitely win this one.
Definitely. I like that. I like that confidence.
I think the Packers are going to be awful.
I love it. And do you think that the Packers are going to be the Broncos of last year where they get tons of home game or tons of primetime games and then they just are like, what are you doing?
At least the Broncos had a reason to get the primetime games.
I mean, yes, I agree with you.
What? There's not even a star on the team.
Jordan Love Did Aaron Rodgers get hurt one game at the end of last year? Jordan Love came in for a series and looked good.
He did look good.
But that was it. I mean, that's all you have to go off with Jordan Love.
But I'm just saying, like, who's the most popular player on the Packers?
Well, Devontae Adams, right? Oh, wait, they traded him. Alan Lazard?
Gone.
Oh, gone. Yeah, I'm out of options. I don't know.
Like Jair Alexander?
Yeah. Legitimately, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
And we know when it's a cornerback how tough that can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Broncos are 4-3. Chiefs at home before a bye. Is this when it ends, Ryan?
Streak's over, baby.
This is when it ends.
Streak's
Let's
over,
go.
baby. Let's
Streak's
go.
over.
Finally.
1-game win streak against the Chiefs starts before the bye. No better way to go into the bye week. Winning record, so 5-3.
Yep.
You just beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the bye. And Ryan, we're talking about the next game being at Buffalo. If you just beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you have Sean Payton, you're 5-3. There is definitely a way to beat the Bills after the bye. I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a chance. So I'm going loss here, but right now, I'm saying that game's...
Wait, you're going Bills loss?
I'm going Bills loss.
But you're agreeing with me on Chiefs win.
No, I'm not agreeing with... I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself there. So I got 4-4. You sold me. I jumped on the hype train with you. All
right.
But I'm going 4-4 in the bye.
Okay, I've got 5-3 going into the bye. You come out against the Buffalo Bills on the road in the cold. It's a loss.
So you got them 5-4. I've got them 4-5. This is a loss as well. Really tough game there. And then after the Bills game, Vikings at home. Remember, this was like what were they? 12-5 Vikings last year?
Yep.
This is a tough game. It's like a hard tough game or an easy tough game.
You have to pick. If you're going to pick a couple that you think they're going to win, that other people would think they're going to lose, you got to pick a couple that other people are going to think they're going to win, that they're going to lose. Unfortunately, I have this one as a loss.
Damn, a loss. I'm going to give this one a win for the Broncos. So we're all tied up at 5. 5-5 through 10.
Yes.
If I were to give that to you right now, 5-5 through these 10 games, do you take it?
In a heartbeat.
Because then the Broncos, they're mid-November, entering the end of November, and they're in it in November and December.
Yeah, and you're going into a stretch against the Browns, Texans, Chargers, and Lions.
Yep, and you just got over the Chiefs, both games,
and
the Bills.
You have no more... You don't have any more hard games on your schedule.
You don't have any games where you say, man, that one is
I shouldn't say hard games. They're all hard in the NFL. There's none where you're like, well, shit.
Yep, I completely agree. Browns at home the next game.
Dub.
I'm going loss here, kind of the opposite logic, or the same logic that you had. So 5-6 for me, 6-5 for you.
Oh, I have to flip mine. Kirk Cousins in primetime.
Man, that is prime time. You're right.
There's no way that Kirk Cousins is beating Russell Wilson in primetime. Russell Wilson's really good in primetime.
Yeah.
He wasn't last year, but
yeah,
forget that.
It's still, even statistically with last year.
What were they 1-3 in primetime?
Do you count Christmas?
No.
Then, yeah. 1-3.
So
They beat the 49ers. Are you kidding me?
Is that the only win they had in primetime?
That's the only win. They lost to the garbage Colts. They lost to what other garbage teams did they lose to last year?
All of them, but I can't believe they lost to the Colts.
I know.
Fuck.
And
that one, I don't know if I'll ever get over it.
They went to overtime in 2 of their primetime games. Ryan, they scored 20 total points in both of those games going into overtime. They had 10 quarters. They averaged 2 points per quarter. Come on.
It's all right.
That's going to change.
It's the past.
It's going to change.
Okay, so I'm flipping it. Vikings is a dub because Kirk Cousins doesn't win in primetime.
Okay.
I remember last year when he threw 3 picks to Darius Slay. Or 2 picks. It should have been 4.
So bad.
And then I'll say Browns random unexpected loss.
Okay, so then
we're still at 5-5.
So 5-5 through 10? Is that what we're at right now?
That would be 6-5. Yeah, it's 6-5.
Yep, you got them 6-5. I got them 5-6 going in to the Texans. I got them back to 6-6. Texans might be competitive, but the Broncos should still win.
Yes.
So you've got them 7-5.
Yep.
Going into the Chargers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to give it a split with the Chargers again this year, not to be a spoiler, but they'll lose the road.
Yep, and I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to go in 6-7. Detroit on the road.
So I have them at 7-6. You have them at 6-7.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep. 6-7, 7-6 with 4 games left.
At Lions, I'll go loss.
At the Lions, so you're
Yeah.
at 7-7. I'm also going to go loss.
By the
even
way,
though,
I said they should expect to go 2-1 in
Yeah.
those games, which they should. I guess they should expect to go 3-0. But it's tough. It's tough.
and I agree with you.
That Lions game is going to be the back end of just a rough stretch of travel.
And potentially a Saturday game. So a short week. I'm going loss as well, even though we said they should go 2-1. Loss. So I've got them at 6-8. You've got them at 7-7 with the final 3 games. Patriots at home.
Dub.
This is, to me, whoever's at home. Broncos are at home.
Yep.
It's a dub. So
Who's
I've got
going to
him
be the quarterback?
It's going to be Mac. He's going to bounce back. He's going to bounce
right.
back. Bounce back to being like good enough.
Yep.
Not great. So I've got him at 7-8. You've got him at 8-7.
Yes.
Right? With 2 games left.
Yep.
Chargers at home. New Year's Eve.
Dub.
I'm going. Oh, man. I can't have them lose twice to the Chargers, can I?
If you understand historical context, you can't.
It's true. I'll go win as well. So you've got them with 1 game left, Ryan.
9-7.
And I've got them at 8 and 8. 8 and 8. With 1 game left against the Raiders on the road.
They just don't. They never do well in this game.
No!
They never do well in this game. The late season at Raiders,
Yeah.
they just never do well in the game. So they lose it. 9-8 season. It's kind of what I've been thinking. Now, all of this is me being optimistic about Russ.
Yeah.
It has. I'm saying it has to be different with Sean Payton and Russ.
Yep.
Otherwise, just throw all of this out the window and light it on fire.
Yeah, you're right.
let's
Unless Jarrett Stidham's the
let's
answer.
start talking about fucking Caleb Williams. But this is me being optimistic about Russ. I still think 9-8. But dude, this schedule shakes out. Like I felt like I had to do a little bit of anti-internal homerism to get them to 9-8. Not I had to muster up some homerism to get them to 9 wins.
Yeah, and I'm right there. I'll go. Just like I use historical context to say that they're not going to lose both games against the Chargers. For that final game against the Raiders, I'll go recent historical context and say they're not going to go from a 6-game losing streak to a 2-game winning streak. I'll say they split, so I will say they lose. I'll have them at 8-9, and that's exactly where I think they're going to be. I think it's 1 at 8-9, 9-8, but also there's at least three games there that they lost where I was uncomfortable saying they were going to lose.
I know.
They could easily, yes, they could also drop 1 or 2 of those games, and I don't think they're going to be a 6-win team, but they could be a 7-win team. They could also be a 10-win team right here. And I just love, Ryan, that if they get off to a start that they should, they're given an opportunity to start 3-1 at least, then they really should be competitive the rest of the season, and down the stretch being an opportunity to be competitive, not just in November, but in December and January.
I don't know if these sort of things happen, but if Sean Payton had the pull in the league to call up the league office and ask for a favor, I think this is the favor he would have asked for, which is, please give me a decent 4-game first stretch. Please. That's all I'm asking for.
2 at home, and then your 2 road games. Not
Dolphins and Bears.
I was going to say not the easiest 2 road games, but 2 of the 3 easiest road games I think you're looking at.
Yeah. I'm telling you, like, I don't know if this is how it worked out. I don't know if there's just someone up there who likes him.
Yeah.
But this is a huge favor to Sean Payton.
Well, remember, he was suspended for an entire year. I don't think the league likes him.
I don't know, man. He's kind of got boys.
He does. That's true.
Like, the league suspended him because they had to.
They did. And then also the week 9 bye week. You might be onto something here.
This is a gift schedule.
Yeah.
It really is. And that first 4 weeks is all about what? Hank said it when we were doing the dream schedule. He wants easy games early to build confidence and just give you a record that can spin it up. But to me, he was more about the record, like give yourself a record so that even if you fall back, you're still relevant late. To me, it's a lot more about confidence. I said it a million times last season. The 2 goal line fumbles changed the entire arc of the Broncos season. I will always internally believe that.
Yeah.
And if you're able to get it started right this year, if you even just start 2-0 and Russell Wilson goes 4 touchdowns to 1 interception, all of a sudden he's like, I'm fucking back.
Yep.
Actually, he probably wouldn't curse.
No, he definitely wouldn't.
But, we're
riding,
it's 7
baby.
o'clock. We're like, it's like Adult Swim at this point.
Right.
I think that he can kind of like, he needs a mental reset. He needs to feel himself be good again.
Right.
And just a 2-0 start with a good start from Russ could honestly catapult him into getting back to who he is.
Yep. And you're talking about, especially week 1, a bad defense that you're playing.
Yeah.
A bad defense with
Bad
Sean
secondary.
Payton, who's going to have he's going to have 6 months to prepare for this game.
Man. I'm just imagining Jerry Jeudy just like running roughshod on the Raiders.
Yep, exact. And Pat Surtain's going to have an opportunity to shut down Devontae Adams and kind of end that narrative. Show Devontae that he's made it now. The All-Pro Pat Surtain, might I add. I like the way the schedule came out for the Broncos.
Zach, this might sound crazy. Right now is the best I have felt about the Broncos all offseason.
I actually agree. I'm right there with you.
They were given a gift.
Yeah.
They have to capitalize on it, but they were given a gift. I now see the path.
I agree. I really do. And man, just it seems like everything fell their way. And if they start 0-4, Caleb Williams' talk starts right then.
In fact, doesn't even talk. Like, I will be begging them to just tank it out the rest of the way.
And I think Sean will say that too. He'll say, let's just do this.
I mean, he's done some shady stuff behind the scenes
very
before.
true. It's very true.
And he would be smart to do so.
Yep, he definitely would.